This week's record of the week is Prince's self-titled album Prince, which was released in 1979. The self-titled record was only Prince's second studio album and remains one of my favorite albums of all time. So this record features a lot of guitar, piano, synthesizers, some really great drums, and while it wasn't released in 1980, kind of encapsulates that iconic 80s pop sound. This record made surprising critical success after his first record failed to generate a pop hit. The album peaked at number 22 on the US Billboard 200 and peaked at number 3 on the Billboard R&B charts. While this is certainly an impressive feat on its own, the real story behind this record is that Prince was only 20 years old at the time of its recording. For an up-and-coming artist that was so young at the time, this quickly began a reputation for the dedication and mastery that Prince would be known for. I mean, man, at 20 years old, this man couldn't even buy a drink for himself and he was already a pop success. So if you love guitar, 80s pop, R&B, this record is for you. The flow, the pacing, the complex chord structures, the really catchy melodies, the incredible vocal work, this record is honestly perfect. My favorite tracks on this album would have to be I Wanna Be Your Lover, Why You Wanna Treat Me So Bad, and Bambi. For a rating, I'm gonna have to give this record a 10 out of 10. While it's very hard to make a perfect record, Prince has arguably done it on more than one occasion. Adding to the impressive fact that Prince did this while he was 20 years old, you also have to consider that most of the recording work he did himself as well. The guitar tracks, the synthesizers, the drums, was all Prince being in a studio and laying down those layers in different tracks and having this vision that he tried to execute. And honestly, he did a masterful work at it. I mean, this is one of those records that I love, but I also hate at the same time because it's just great song after song, great pacing and whatnot. But as a musician myself, I also do have to get a little bit envious, a little bit frustrated sometimes because it's like, man, how did he create something so good and so masterful at his age and then not stop there, but continue to skyrocket as his career went on? So great record. I can't recommend it enough. It is the first album that I put a perfect score on, and that's with really good reason. I highly recommend you check it out. Listen to it through and through. Take apart the lyrics, take apart the stereo work, take apart the different tracks, the solos, the melodies, counter melodies. It's a really fun ride. So there's the record of the week. I'll be digging into it a little bit more in my story as the week goes on. As always, if you have some time, feel free to comment. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with my rating? Do you disagree with my rating? And as always, if you do have the time, feel free to listen with me.